Now, for anyone who has been actually following this channel, you may notice that there was a gap between my Monkey Man video and my Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes video, and that's because I was away in Japan. So I decided to make a sort of vlog about what I did there, and yeah, it's not normal content for this channel, but I really thought I just want to share the things that I did in Japan. Anyway, on with the video. So for this trip, it was just me and my friend Ku, and we took our flight from Kuala Lumpur International Airport, where we flew Singapore Airlines all the way to Changi before switching over to Philippines Airlines, stopping in Manila, and then flying all the way to Japan. And by God, look at Changi International Airport. It is one of the best airports in the world for a reason, like that massive matcha coffee place and this massive terminal with a Louis Vuitton. Managed to catch the sunrise in Manila before we took our flight all the way to Tokyo. After a total flight time of 8 hours, we finally arrived on the coast of Tokyo and landed in Narita Airport. And you know you're in Japan when you see robots like this going about, and you're being welcomed by Pokemon as you exit Narita Airport. And there he is, the big guy himself, Pikachu. After checking into our hotel, we decided to head out for a night out on the town, where we headed to Shinjuku because we are planning to make our way to Golden Gai. We grabbed a drink at a bar that was tourist friendly, and the bartender was incredibly accommodating, giving us tips on where to go for our trip. And once we were done with Golden Gai, we made our way to Omoide Yokocho, which is an alley just packed with these food stalls where you can get yakitori or you can get a drink. And that was how we spent our night. So day 2, we're up early after a long night yesterday. We're dying because we went to Golden Gai and then Omoide Yokocho, and then bought a strong zero after that. So we're dying, but day 2, the plan is to go to Asakusa, Tokyo Skytree, and Ueno Park to see if the sakura is still blooming. And then at night we'll be headed to Ikebukuro, maybe. Yay! So yes, we got up early to make our way over to Asakusa, and we managed to get a picture at the Kaminarimon gate here. But as you can see, the line is pretty long, and it's early in the morning. Once we got a picture at Kaminarimon, we walked along Nakemise Street, which is a shopping street, and as you can see, it is early in the morning, so not many of the shops are open, and I feel like most of the prices of things here are directed towards tourists. You have to go through this pathway in order to reach Senso-ji, the main temple we were planning to visit that day. And at the end of Nakamisedori, you will come to the main gate that leads to Senso-ji. And we grabbed another picture here before crossing the gate. And when going through the gate, we spotted this. Yes, a cute doggo. So cute, in fact, that another tourist even came to take a picture. After we got inside the temple grounds, before heading to the main shrine, we decided to get our fortunes first, or omikuji. These cost 100 yen, and what you have to do is shake the container until a stick comes out, and then you match the stick with the number of the drawers, open the drawer, and pull out the fortune for yourself. Sadly, I got a very 50-50 fortune, which is half good, half bad, while Ku got a pretty good fortune. Now, before entering the main shrine, we have to purify ourselves at this fountain here. After purifying ourselves, we made our way over to the main shrine, and as you can see, there is a long line and a ton of people here. If you want to, you can also perform prayers. There are no real instructions how to do that, so make sure you Google how to pray at a shrine before you do so. And once we're done with the main shrine, we decided to explore the area a little bit, and that's when we came across this shopping street. And be careful, because this place can drain you of money quickly because there are a ton of good looking food stalls. After spending more than we planned to at the food stalls, we then made our way by foot to the Tokyo Skytree. And on our way there, we finally found a Lawson's. Now this time we'd only been in Japan for a few hours and we'd been looking for a Lawson's, but we couldn't find it anywhere. But finally, on our way to the Skytree, we managed to stumble upon a Lawson's so that we can finally try their fried chicken. After getting our fried chicken, we chilled by the Tokyo Skytree, but what I didn't know was that there was a Pokemon Center nearby at Solamachi. And you know, when we come across a Pokemon Center, we gotta check it out. And there was this beautiful statue of Pikachu riding Rayquaza, and there was also a Mega Rayquaza in the background. And as you can see, the line to the cashier is incredibly long, and I had to get in line because I spent more than I would like to admit on Pokemon figures. Once we're done with the Tokyo Skytree, we had lunch and then made our way over to Ueno Park because we wanted to see the sakura in bloom, or if there was any sakura at all. And Ueno Park is huge with a bunch of incredible shrines that you can visit, and this is the Ueno Toshogu Shrine, which is off the beaten path. Nearby is this 5-story pagoda, which is only accessible via the Ueno Zoo. After going off the beaten path, we came back on the main path where all the sakura is supposed to be blooming, but as you can see, there was nothing there. So we decided to take another detour and visit another shrine, which is the Goyoten Shrine, and as you can see, it's quite similar to Fushiminari in Kyoto. Once we were done with Goyoten, we continued along the main path in search for sakura, but unfortunately we didn't find any. We then turned into this place, which is Bentendo, which is a temple in the middle of a pond. The architecture was incredible, so I stopped to take some pictures. And also, if you go around the rear, this is the highlight of Bentendo, the main pagoda. But just as we're about to give up hope, we spotted this, a sakura tree in full bloom overlooking the pond. Later we will find out, as we continued along the main path of Ueno Park, that there was an area with sakura still blooming, and as you can see, there are Japanese people having a picnic under the sakura tree. And at night we made our way over to Ikebukuro, and the plan was to go to Sunshine City. But we got a little distracted by this Geigo and decided to enter and basically spend our night and a lot of our money here. Day 3 and we woke up quite late. Yeah, we're supposed to get up at 9, now it's almost 11. But we're headed to Akihabara, we were dead from yesterday. Hopefully we will spend a ton of money on figures, I guess. Yeah, okay. A lot of money on figures, right? Day 3 and we finally come to the mecca for weebs, which is Akihabara. And this place is just heaven. We were going there in search of figures, and look at these figures, right? This is not even an actual figure store. This is just at the Don Quixote in Akihabara. As you go around Akihabara, you will find many stores that will sell these figures. The figures in these boxes here are pre-owned by other people who are reselling these figures. And in these stores, you can find a ton of different figures. Look, we got Dragon Ball over here, Tensura down here. I think there's Demon Slayer beside that. And some of the well-known places that you can go in Akihabara to buy figures are Ami Ami, Lashingbang, Mandarake, and we went to all of those places. Now another fixture of Akihabara are maids. As you walk along streets and alleyways, you can see these maids lining up trying to entice you to visit their cafes. If that is something that you're interested in, I would recommend going a bit later in the day, like in the afternoon, because in the morning there's not many maids lining up yet. And that's basically it for our day in Akihabara, where we mostly went figure hunting, and once we were done with our day, we headed to McDonald's for dinner, where I got this Detective Conan set with the melon soda. Highly recommended.
So day 4 and we are leaving Tokyo tonight, but before that we stored our luggages in coin lockers at Harajuku station, and now we are visiting the Meiji shrine, and later we'll be heading to Shibuya.
And immediately upon exiting Harajuku station, you will see this giant torii gate which leads to the park where Meiji shrine is. On your way to the shrine, you will come across these wine and sake barrels, which is a great spot for you to take pictures for your Instagram or just for your own memories. After quite a long walk, we finally arrived at the shrine, and as usual, before entering any shrine, we have to purify ourselves. The good thing about this shrine is that there are English instructions, so they can do it correctly. After we were done with the Meiji shrine, we decided to take a walk to the park because this is a huge park, and as you can see, the exit of the park is right at the end. But preferring to go off the beaten path and explore the entirety of the park, we took this kind of side road right before the exit, and walking along this path and then following the road after it led us to this big open field, which behind me is the treasure museum. The treasure museum might have been closed at this time, but it was just great going off the beaten path. If you plan to do that, be careful because you can get a little bit lost as this park is huge. After leaving the park, we made our way to Harajuku, specifically Takeshita Street, where there is a ton of street food, specifically crepes and dango. We didn't get the crepes, but we got the dango. After leaving Harajuku, we made our way to Shibuya on foot, where we crossed the famous Shibuya Scramble. And as you can see, there's just a ton of people here. And this is from the Shibuya station side, which we had to get to so that we could finally take a picture with Hachiko. And that was it for our time in Tokyo. We got on a night bus to make our way to Osaka. And I'll see you there in the next video.